Hello, beloved bus browsers and coach crazies. This is Jeremy and Matt from Holiday Coach and Auto. In this episode, we're going to tell you about a recent visit to UMA. We're going to do the drawing, and Matt's going to tell you an update on some of the inventory that we have. Matt, go ahead and kick us off.
Yes, we're going to try to keep this video short, sweet, and simple, but get you guys information that you need. Guys, we just returned from UMA, like Jeremy said. But guys, the importance of organizations, we've been hitting on that. It's just immense. To invest in yourself, invest in your business, the time, the money, it's money and time well spent. You guys are going to take away so much from that that's going to grow your business and just make it better for yourself and your business and all of your employees. But guys, first off, you see on our website, proud member of IMG, North Carolina Motorcoach Association, and UMA. State organizations are going to be your cheaper organizations to join. So I would encourage you to start there if you're not in anything. They're going to be local to you. Travel expenses won't be bad. We're in North Carolina. That's why we're North Carolina Motorcoach Association. Next up, we're also a proud member of IMG, UMA, and ABA as well. Those organizations you can join. We're here in North Carolina Motorcoach, IMG, United Motorcoach Associations. We're looking to expand that into ABA and a couple other organizations this year because we just value the immense networking connections there that we get with all of the vendors and operators. But also the educational sessions and things of that nature. It's just, I got to practice what we preach. But guys, so join those organizations if you're not already. As an operator standpoint, I've been able to go to these shows as an operator as well as a vendor, so I can take both sides of that. That's one of the things that makes us unique, which we'll hit on in a second. But as an operator standpoint, the connections are just immense. Jeremy's going to tell you a good example of that here going into that in a second. But also, as a vendor and all those things, the educational sessions, they talked about tax strategies, budgeting, insurance, compliance, and safety. All those things are things they just touched on at UMA, and those are things you need to know. And guys, enough from that. Let's hear from Jeremy, because he was the one at the show this year. I was unable to attend, so he attended by himself. Let's hear what he took away from it this year.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. It was my first ever visit to UMA, and I really had a great time. And for those of you not there, like Matt was saying, being a member of your local association, IMG, and especially UMA, you really, really need to join. I spoke with you many over the phone, but it was my opportunity to see many of you face to face. I know your name, I know your voice, but actually getting to see you, make that connection, to shake the hand, that was really, really neat to do. So I enjoyed meeting some of you. Those of you that I met that you're not seeing this, thanks for stopping by our booth. We look forward to hopefully, working with you and checking out our videos. So I remember you from there, and thank you for remembering me. But another thing Matt was saying, it was great to network with other carriers. As being there at UMA, when people came to the booth, the story that I heard was there was this one operator, and he was out of town, or they were out of town on a trip. Their bus broke down, and they were able to make a connection, make a call to a connection to somebody that they met at a previous UMA, and seamlessly get their passengers from their bus to another bus so they can get to their final destination. It's that sort of networking that you get at places like UMA. If they didn't have that, they'd be shut down. We don't want that for you. Certainly, you don't want that for yourself. So you got to be a part of UMA so you can make those valuable connections just to keep your things running flawlessly. Another thing aside from networking there is networking with vendors. There's vendors that make like seat covers, mirrors, and pretty much any aspect of bus operations that you need, from insurance to replacement of things to even doors. There were some door people there and lighting people. That was very informative, something that you may want to add on your bus. Shoot, my next door vendors, they were from France, so it was literally an international affair. I got to learn some things about them. They learned about the U.S. They're coming back next year. You need to be there next year as well. We also got to see some of the bus manufacturers. I was very, very close to the Prevost section, found out they are going to make some very large changes to the 26, 27 models that are coming up. You got to stay tuned. You got to keep an eye on their site. MCI's got some big things going on. ABC was there with Van Hool. Really, really neat stuff that's going. But when you go to these places like UMA, you get to see it for yourself. You get to ask the questions. They have giveaways. Of course, everybody that was there got this button.
Insider tips and tricks. That's one thing. You get the insider tips and tricks there. You get to be the first to know information.
Absolutely, yeah. There's so many reasons to go, and you get special insights. A lot of them have videos kind of like we do, except you see them on projectors. So you see so much stuff that's coming. That way you can adjust your business to the upcoming things. But they have some giveaways that are there. Got these small buses, really neat, just kind of sit around, and you never know what you're going to get. Of course, people have pins, but Matt, somebody actually gave these away, a rubber chicken.
Everything.
Yeah, you want to be memorable. I mean, a rubber chicken. But you want to be memorable, associate with us, Holiday Coaching Auto and UMA, to make yourself memorable and get your business out there. But aside from going just you as a business, they have other opportunities. If you've got a driver that you feel is very well skilled or has been with your company for a while, they have a driver competition. They put them through not only a written course, but actual tactical course to see how well they maneuver. There's cash prizes and awards. The neat light up award, it lit up, and I was kind of jealous. I was like, man, that's really impressive. So if you feel like you got a skilled driver, bring them out to UMA as well. They also have awards for large operations and small operations, just kind of to allow those opportunities for you to excel as a business out there and get your name known and recognized. They have volunteer opportunities for the places like in North Carolina where we have the flooding and the hurricane, LA out in the wildfires, and all across the U.S. UMA had the UMA Gives Back, or the UMA Cares, an opportunity for vendors to put together care packages which are going to be distributed to these places and natural disaster areas as a way of giving back to the community, giving back to the citizens. So, I mean, all this is a part of things that you missed of UMA. Another good thing is good food. I like to eat. There's a lot of good food there. It was my first time in Oklahoma City, and you got to go. So if nothing else, just for the food there, you go for that. Other opportunities they have there, we got to tour the Oklahoma City bombing. I think it was 30 years ago. It was very somber, but yet it was very, very well done. When I got back, I was talking to some of my friends about it, and they're actually going to go. I was telling them about it, not to hype it up. It's just, it was so well done. I remember when things like that happened. So it's really neat to see things like that, and you chance to go. Another thing I got to see, you hear so much, Classic Americana, Route 66. You hear about it, you saw it in the Western, so many things, but it's out there. Go see it for yourself. One of the stops on there was the Round Barn. I'm going to show up a picture here of some of these things in just a minute. Another thing, Matt, was Pops. They had over 500 different sodas there. It's really, really neat. So if you like your drinks, 500 different options.
You got to be energized at these events because, I mean, it's packed in. It's usually, I think this one was Thursday through Sunday, and I mean, they pack it in. But, man, is the stuff they pack in valuable.
Yeah, you get maximum bang for your buck, but that's just icing on top of the stuff that you get. It's the educational series. They had a special guest speaker, Teresa Earnhardt Miller, the daughter of Dale Earnhardt, and she talked about how after Dale died, how are they going to go forward as a company, and succession strategies, things like that are so important that you might overlook or might not think about. But being at places at UMA, it brings these things into reality. What practical steps can I as an operator take to help myself best set up for success in the future? But another thing, well, I guess to wrap things up, I'll say 3 things overall we're missing from UMA. You, your friends, and a visit to Holiday Coach Sales to see me and make that connection that was there. So, look, next year when you come, it's in Birmingham, Alabama, I think it is.
Hopefully
come see me. What'd you say?
I said hopefully it's going to be warmer.
Yeah, hopefully it was cold. It was about 2 degrees when we got there. When we left, it was 70. So it's quite the range of variety here. So next year when you come see me. Come see Matt. Come say, hey, let's make that connection. But one thing we had there at the booth was a chance for a drawing. I took your business cards here. So I've got the business cards here. And we entered them into a spreadsheet. We've got the numbers. Matt's going to show you that we're not just making that up. So, Matt, go ahead and take the honors.
Yes, guys, we were hoping to see a lot more of you guys at UMA. I think we did. I think people saw Jeremy at the event, saw Jeremy at the booth, didn't have a card. Wish you had a card so we could put you in the drawing, but we did collect a lot of cards this year. We collected more cards that are on the screen. We did, whenever we entered these names that I'm going to show you here in a moment, we did take out duplicates, so we're only letting one representative from each company into the drawing just to balance it out, because there were some companies that had 7 or 8 people there where, smaller companies only had 1, and I think it's only fair that we give 1 representative from each company. So if you don't see a representative from your company on this spreadsheet, give us a call. We'll give you 25 hours. If we have your card and it missed out on the spreadsheet, we want to give you something because that's unfair. But we think we've done a really good job sorting through. All of the names were entered at the numbers random. Jeremy pulled them out of his book bag, started entering all of the information into the spreadsheets, making a duplicate copy for the drawing, and we've double-checked it, triple-checked it. Everybody's got 1 representative from each company. But again, if you gave us a card, we have it, and you call us, we'll give you 25 hours if you don't see a representative from your screen. Because that's what we want to do, is honesty and transparency. It's on the screen right now. Guys, all about honesty and transparency. Let's show you how we're going to do the drawing this year.
Guys, in the effort of honesty and transparency, because that's what you see on the website right over there, but it's also what we say every day, because it's one of our biggest mottos, because we want to bring honesty and transparency to Coach Sales and everything that we do. And with that being said, you're actually going to see the blooper reel that we're going to talk about right now, because we're going to include it. But guys, we did a drawing. We made a blooper in the drawing. But guys, we're going to honor that drawing. And we're going to do another drawing for 2 additional winners for a total of 4. We're all human. Every business makes mistakes. And I truly feel like that it's about how you deal with that mistake that determines if you win or lose. And that's how I evaluate businesses and people. So when they made that mistake, is how they dealt with it. And we only want to deal with it in the best way. We thought long and hard about it, went back and forth, and we determined that the only best way to deal with it is to ensure that the first 2 people, we honor that drawing. And then as well, we're going to do another drawing for 2 additional winners for a total of 4. So come along, watch this first clip for the first 2 winners, and then be sure to watch the next clip for the second 2 winners for the total of 4. So over here, we're not going to go into the details of the rules. That's going to be in the clip right after this in front of the drawing that we did on the blooper. But if you don't see your name on here, there's a reason. We took out duplicates and things of that nature. We're going to explain it more in the next clip. And there is a prize if you don't see your name and it's supposed to be there and it's not. So be sure to watch for that rule too. The guys, 62 names here representing 62 different companies. So let's dive in. Using a random number generator, this is where the blooper came in that we messed up on. So we're going to be real careful this time. But we're going to generate a number right here. That's going to tell us how many test draws we're going to do, which is 4. But let's not forget this time. 62 people for 62 different companies for 62 different chances to win. So we're going to do 4 test draws right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next drawer is a winner. 18. Who's that, Jeremy?
Number 18 is Ruston. Ruston, number 18. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Let's get our next winner. 58.
Number 58 is Alice. Alice, number 58, congratulations.
Congratulations to both of these winners. Again, these are just the first 2 winners. You're going to see the original first 2 winners next. We're honoring all 4 of you guys as winners. Congratulations. We've already sent the emails out to the first 2 from earlier today. We're going to be sending these emails out here shortly or first thing in the morning to you guys. Congratulations to all 4 of our winners. Let's watch who the first 2 winners were.
So what we've done, like I said, is came in here. We've got all the names. So we've got 62 different individual representatives of the company. So right there you go, 62. We're going to come over to a random number generator to generate a number that's going to pick the winners. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here. And it looks like there's only 1, so let's do it a little bit more. So it looks like there's 2. 5. Let's go with 5. That seems enough to random generate this thing and get it going. So obviously I want to show you nothing staged here. So we're going to generate this 5 different times. The 6th person and the 7th person will be our winners. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully you haven't seen your number yet. But here's our first winner. It's number 3 on the spreadsheet.
Number 3.
And number 1. So we all got little numbers. So Marcos and Wendy will be reaching out and contacting you here later today to discuss next details and all of that on how you can utilize that credit. Each one of those winners did get a $1,000 credit towards that they could put towards buying or selling services with us. Of course, we don't charge finance fees, doc fees, paint jobs, all that stuff is done at cost. So the only thing that you can really put this towards is buying or selling with us. But guys, that's $1,000 off of a coach that you purchased with us, or if you want to sell a coach list, $1,000 off selling fees. So guys, congratulations to Marcos and Wendy on your win. We'll be contacting you, like I said, Jeremy and I by email or phone call later today. But guys, that's the winning. So those drawings that you get there, those are just some of the things that you miss out on when you're not there. But there are many other things that are more important than these drawings and giveaways and all of the things of that nature. And those are the connections and networking, like Jeremy said. Like I said, one question that Jeremy didn't hit on that I want to hit on real quick is he said, what, and I got asked this last year, is what makes you different from the other vendors like yourself here at this trade show or just in general in the industry? And I can say that, the best answer for that is there's 2 things. Number 1, I believe we're the only dealer with a licensed, bonded, and insured dealer that resells coaches that specializes in passenger coaches and all the things of that nature, that is also affiliated with an operator and a charter bus company, so just like yourself, as well as a shop. So whenever you think about it, we are not just another dealer talking to you about it from a dealer perspective of resale. I come from the charter bus industry. That was my first job that I did for a little over a decade before I went into coach sales, in the family business. So guys, that's just one of the things that you get when you're doing business with us is we, kind of take that information from your standpoint and take the benefits from that and apply it to coach sales. So we know what you need as an operator when it comes to buying and selling coaches. And we're able to apply that where maybe someone that just has dealer experience can't. So that's one of the biggest perks that sets us apart from the rest. The second perk of that is tying into that. We know exactly what you need. So we've come up with all the many different ways to pull into that to make buying and selling as effortlessly as possible. Our goal is to connect buyers and sellers while you're operating the coach, if it's on your site, while you're using it, or you can bring it to our lot. We'll do it all. But what makes us different is we know how to connect the buyers and the sellers and make it effortlessly because we come from that. Our ownership team, myself, I've had experience on both sides of the table to know what that's going to look like to make it best for you. So that's truly, I think, what makes us different and better from the rest. But guys, let's dive into today's video. So spring. Guys, we're back from UMA. I think all the trade shows, I think ABA was a couple weeks ago. I think there is a limo show going on at the time of this video, so I know a lot of you guys are coming over from limos to charter bus. That was one of the themes Jeremy told me that seemed to be a lot of you guys were coming into that. That's great. We've been seeing that since COVID. A lot of people are adding coaches. If you're not and you're watching this video, call us. Let's talk about the benefits because coaches is where it's at. But guys, so I think the limo show is going on. But once that wraps up, I think that's pretty much it for the trade show season. And we're going to go focus in the charter bus season. And that's where the money's made to pay for these trade shows and make them worthwhile. Guys, we've been talking about that for a while, and it's next week. We're already starting to see our schedule ramp up here, the operators I'm talking to. And I'm already starting to see coaches get pulled back, and I'm definitely seeing some coaches getting sold. So let's talk about that. First up, 2001 Van Hool. Pending sale now. It is sold. Not sure the screen updated before the video, so it just sold a little bit before the video, but now as you see, it is pending sale. That coach is going to be delivered on Saturday. It's crazy. That sold just before the call, and the page didn't update. But it's updated now. The 2011 Cetra is sold. It's going to the paint shop on Monday. As you see in the notes, full free paint job. It's getting dropped off on Monday. The client will be hopefully picking it up at the end of next week or beginning of the following once it's ready from the paint shop. So that's 2 coaches already. 2016 Van Hool, sold. 2018 Van Hool, can you say it with me? Sold.
Sold.
Yep, and so that's 4 coaches sold. We also told you operators are going to be pulling coaches back into service. So we told you coaches were going to sell. We told you coaches were getting pulled back into service. Well, here's a 2015 Tempsa TS45. The operator thought they wanted to get rid of it, offered an amazing price to do that. But guys, you missed out. If it's not sold by this Friday, it's going back in service for the spring. It may come back in the summer, depending on their utilization, coach orders, and things of that nature. They're still undecided on that. But they have given me the notice that if the coach is unsold by Friday, they want to take it off of the website and keep it in their inventory. So you've got a couple days left. I think this video is being recorded on Wednesday. Goal is to get it live on Wednesday. It gives you 2.5 days about to get this coach. If you want it, call us. But it's going on Friday, so don't wait. What a phenomenal deal. I don't think you can find a cheaper 2015 on the market anywhere else. But also coming up in the deal, so we've seen 4 coaches that have been sold, 1 coach that is being put back in service. It's everything Jeremy and I told you for the spring. This is what happens every single year. We see our inventory rise through the roof and then come crashing back down through March and April due to sales, due to coaches being put back in service. And then we do see it start leveling back up at the end of May, beginning of June, but it's not going to be at these levels. Typically, we're down about 20%. Usually going into March is where the inventory is at the highest point it's going to be at the for the whole year, which gives you the most choices and the best prices. Because sellers understand if there's more coaches on the market, they've got to be a little bit more focused on you. When you're making an offer, they've got to realize that if they don't, there could be, in our case, 50 other options to talk about. So you're going to get the best deal as a buyer, but you also got the biggest selection as a buyer. But guys, talking about blowout deals, that's the title of this one, blowout deal. This coach here is $15,000 off if I'm doing my bad math right. This coach here is going to go to paint if it's not sold. We've heard from a lot of buyers saying, that they talk about it, they think about it. When we ask them what changed, they tell us the paint job. They want white. A couple operators said black. But we're going to paint it white probably unless someone calls and specifies. But this coach here, $15,000 off. Once it gets painted, it's probably going to go somewhere. The original list price was $65,000. That may be where we start, but it will not be under $60,000 because we've sold 3 of these out of the same fleet for that price. They were white. So we're going to go back into that $60,000, $65,000 range. Why pay more? Get it now. If this $15,000 off, I'll paint the coach for you. I could probably get it done for about $6,000. And you still save money. And you can have the color of your choice. So call us before next week. So I think we're probably looking at the first coach, hoping to get back in the first week of March. Probably somewhere around the second week of March is where this coach, unless something else sells and needs a paint job, this will be next up on the list if it's unsold. But guys, don't let it go unsold. Come get this deal and put it to work in the spring. And you know what? Jeremy and I, are we feeling generous today, Jeremy?
Sure, absolutely.
Guys, call us before the end of the month. We'll knock another $5,000 off this coach. I'll eat the entire loss on it. So the seller doesn't have to. $45,000 is what we'll offer this coach to you before the end of the month. So that's, I believe, the end of this week. Could be wrong on that. But guys, take this coach. It's in my parking lot. I got to get some space. We're going into the spring. Come take this coach. Additional $5,000 off. But again, that means $20,000 off today. Once it's painted, you miss out on those savings. Kind of like you missed out on that Tempsa savings. It's going to be put back in service on Friday. Don't miss out. Come get it, guys. I'm not joking with you. But next.
Now this 2018 Gretsch GM33. You know, we sold through the 2016 GM40s and the GM45s that we have. One thing that we do, aside from bringing honesty and transparency to the coaching business, is listen to you as the customer. And you told us when you had those 2016s for sale that you wanted something a little bit smaller to make it easy to move around through the streets. Well, here with this 2018 GM33 that seats 27, as Matt's showing you inside, it does have that classic executive look. It has the leather seats, the LED lights that are there. As well, he's going to go through and show us it's got some electrical. So you see the new electronic stuff that have been added there, as well as the electrical outlets and the USB pictures that you see right there. It's the two-prong plug and the USB. Makes it like the larger size coaches. It's smaller. It's more personal, easy to maneuver around. It's a good bus. I like it.
Yeah, great bus. Like Jeremy said, though, it is a 27 in the rear, plus the front seat in the front, plus the driver. So technically 29 seats. Yep, 29 seats, but 28 passenger seats in the driver. But yeah, no, that's a great unit. Also, listening to you guys, that's what we want to do is listen to you guys. If we're missing something, I keep telling you in the videos, let us know what we're missing. We will find it. Well, guys, we sold through a batch of J4500s. I think most of them were 16s and 17s. The biggest thing about those was, man, I wish they had Cummins in them. So they had the DD13s. Well, guys, now we've got a Cummins. But now I'm getting people saying, I wish I had a Detroit in it. It's like, you always want what we don't have, but guess what? Jeremy and I, we like the challenge. We'll go find some Detroits if that's what you want. So let us know. The guys, 2019 MCI J4500, Cummins Allison, ADA wheelchair lift equipped, Wi-Fi power outlets. What more could the coach have? The only thing it's missing, kind of like a UMA, where we told you the 3 things it was missing. Well, there's 2 things this coach is missing. You and your driver, and I guess the third would be you making money with it. And guys, the spring is right around the corner, so I guess there's 3 things. I'm not good at math. You, the driver, and the money you're going to make. Take it home. 2019 MCI J4500 with the ADA wheelchair lift equipped. So guys, you asked for it. We brought it. Let us know in the inventory what we're missing. Because we know that we can bring coaches to you. We've got 55 coaches right now. I think we showed 5 coaches that we've sold that are included in those pending sales there. So we've got 50. Inventory's dropping. So guys, but take advantage of that. Get the inventory while it's here. We do have 50 choices. And of course, if we don't have it, let us know. We'll find it. So guys, let us know what we can do to earn your business on these coaches, though. And going back to our homepage, there is one other thing I wanted to touch base on. It's the honesty and transparency. That's what we bring to you guys. When we did the drawing, we showed it to you. We've heard that, some people out there that's not liking the things that we do and say on our website, telling you guys about how Coach Sales works, letting you know the ins and outs of how that works, things about, we don't charge finance fees or doc fees or mark up your interest rates. I know we're getting some hate on that because a lot of dealers do. But that's okay. What we want to do is bring honesty and transparency to every part of the transaction. We put a disclaimer on our website. I've heard that's being used against us. It's the same thing every other operator or every other dealer, does. It's just we tell you about it because we don't hide things in the fine print. We don't hide things that we do that we don't tell you about. I know I heard one guy tell me, I don't offer warranties, but this other dealer did. I've heard that several times, and about 4 out of the 10 times that I hear about that, I hear from that operator that bought thinking they had a warranty, and like, man, you wouldn't believe it. The warranty I got, the guy blocked my number, so I guess it's only a warranty if I don't need anything. And I was like, that's a great joke. I'm going to use that. So I do use that now in my calls. If you ask me about warranties, I tell you, look, we're going to tell you straight up, aside from the manufacturers offering warranties, I think on like maybe 4 or 5 year newer equipment, there's not really a used bus warranty that I'm aware of. If you're watching this video and you have a used bus warranty, either as a consumer or as a provider, call that number that you see on the screen. I want to offer warranties. I tried to pioneer one. The prices were outrageous, and the coverage wasn't that much, so we're not going to offer something that I don't believe in. It's kind of like the coaches. I won't sell a coach that I wouldn't put in my own fleet. I'm not going to sell you a warranty that I wouldn't buy. But guys, if you're hearing about those warranties, be careful. Because like I said, I've heard a couple places where they're offering them. They're only good if you don't need them. If you need them, they block you. Never going to block you. Always call me. We're going to work with you. But guys, clicking on the inventory, visit our inventory site. QR code, pointing the wrong way. It's a little backwards. QR code, scan that. It's going to take you to the inventory page I'm about to take you to. Like I said, 50 coaches in inventory. We've got shuttle buses. We've got mini buses. We've got coming soon buses. We've got $25,000 buses. We've still got 2 of those left, so get them while they last. We've got a little bit of everything in this inventory. Prevos, Van Hools, MCIs, Tempsas, Cetras, Ford, Chevys, Tempsas, I think I said for the shuttle buses. We've got a little bit of everything here. So whatever you're looking for, give Jeremy and I a call. Let us know. We've even got entertainer coaches right here. Bunk beds on it. What else could you ask for in a coach? So guys, we've got 50 coaches left to choose from. Inventory is dwindling. Like I've told you all along, I think inventory is at the peak level that it's going to be at for this year. Typically, we see it peak right around mid-February. Guys, I can't believe it. We're already at the end of February. So I think we've seen the peak, and we've showed you 5 coaches heading out. Inventory is on its way down. Let the inventory get to 0. If the inventory gets to 0, Jeremy and I are going to take the much-needed vacation that we need and deserve, and we don't even have to take our phones on vacation with us. So clear our inventory out. Do us a favor. If you truly appreciate what Jeremy and I do for you, send us on vacation this summer. But guys, inventory is dropping as expected. I think you will see it reach 20s, 25. I was pretty accurate last year, so I'm trying to give a little bit more range and cushion so I can say I was accurate 2 years in a row. But I do expect inventory to get down into the 20s of some sort, and then probably start building back up around the mid to end of May like we typically see, but it does not reach levels like it's at right now. Typically, you're going to see it about 20% less than the spring peak for the summer peak going into fall, and then you see it drop off, and then the end of the year we start building back up. But I think you've got more choices than you're going to see any other time, and what more choices does is 2 things. It gives you more choice to look at coaches and figure out what you want. It also gives you more choice I know you guys love negotiating. It gives you a little bit more power to negotiate because the operator knows they're competing with just our website alone, about 50 options. We're not the only person out there, but we do take pride in saying that we've got one of, if not the largest passenger coach inventory. There's some larger shuttle bus guys and school bus guys out there. We specialize in passenger coaches and some shuttle buses on the side. We don't do school buses. And we also don't do limos currently, but we're thinking about it. But guys, that's what you're going to see. So guys, that's about all I've got. We want to keep these videos a little bit shorter, try to keep everything information packed. So I think that's all I've got to say. Give us a call. Let us know what we can do to earn your business on one of these 50 coaches. If we don't have what you're looking for, let us know what it is. Just like that Cummins engine in the MCI, just like that Gretsch, we will go find it. And be sure to scan that QR code right there. Go check out our inventory right now. Let us know what we can do to earn your business. HolidayCoachSales.com, 336-808-0320. Jeremy, take us home.
Yeah, thanks again. Congratulations to Marcos and Wendy for winning the $1,000 drawing. Matt and I will be in touch with you as to how to proceed in the next steps. But also, as Matt said, our site, holidaycoachandauto.com, 336-808-0320. From executive excellence to conversion coaches, we have what you need. 336-808-0320, holidaycoachandauto.com. Thanks for watching.
Holiday Coach Sales does it all. Buying or selling, you've got to call 336-808-0320. Insurance and finance, we can do that too. Talk to Matthew. Holiday Coach Sales does it all. Buying or selling, you've got to call 336-808-0320. Insurance and finance, we can do that too. Talk to Matthew.